How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, go down and subscribe before we get started into today's video. It's finally warm, it's finally hot, sunny, and it's not going to rain for a couple of days. And I have a Bronco that I haven't really ever taken the doors and the roof off of, other than one time, and it was 40 degrees when I did that. So today we're going to be removing the doors and the roof and just taking everything off of this thing. But one thing before we do that, if you guys can see, this thing is disgusting, very dirty. So I have to debate now whether I want to clean it or I just go through an auto touchless car wash and get it cleaned. But we need to clean it one way or another. So the thing is, when you do take the doors off, the front carpets are buttoned in, but in the rear, these rear carpets fly around. They just catch air and end up flying, so we're gonna have to remove these. I think Ford should have put like some push tabs in the back, put like 2 of them in the back and put 2 of them in the front. Not sure why they didn't do that, but hey, I guess I gotta take them out. I want to put like plastic mats in it, but another concern I have with plastic mats is, won't they just do the same thing, or do they sit under something so that when I do have the roof and the doors off, it won't fly everywhere? I guess we'll find out, but that's definitely something that I need to do / want to do in the near future here, even though I should have done it in the winter when I first got it. It may be super nice, but I just opened the windows and my hair is going everywhere. That's because it is super windy outside. It's 80 degrees right now. It's sunny. Yesterday was insanely windy. The wind has kicked down today, which is why I'm taking the doors off, and tomorrow hopefully it dies down a little bit more. And just like that, I have a clean Bronco, at least to an extent. So let's take the doors off, I guess. So now that the Bronco is clean and we're home, let's roll down the windows and start off by taking the top off. So in order to get the top off, we need to take a couple of latches. There are 4 latches on each side. The front divides into 2 separate pieces. So there's 8 latches in the front. There's 2 in back. There's 1 on each side. There's 2 in the front, and then 1 lever on each right and left side. So firstly, we pop off the driver's side, just like that, and then we can take the passenger side. Now we got the passenger side. Now we take off 6 more. We can take the middle piece off, and then the back part's a little more complicated. Now this middle piece is a little bit bigger. It stretches throughout the entire thing. Some people might need help. I think I may be able to do this by myself, but there's 1, 2, 3, then there's 4, and number 5 right there. No big deal. Now that I have front and back piece off, this is the piece that I'm going to need to employ some help. And let me show you what I mean by that. This is one entire piece, including this glass. So what that means is that I am going to need additional help lifting this so I don't scratch my truck. I plan to lay a tarp right here, tentative solution. Eventually I want to get a wall hanger for the top and the doors here. In order to take this off, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 big bolts that you need to take out on both sides. And then there's a power and there's a washer fluid line. You can unclip both of those and clip them both into here. And then in full theory, you should be able to just lift the rear section off. I'm waiting for my cameraman to get home. That way we can take this thing off. In the meantime, I suppose we might as well look at how to take the doors off. 1 bolt right here that faces upside down. There's 1 bolt right here that faces topside up. And then right here, there is a wiring harness. So this is the wiring harness piece right in the door. We're gonna come to the back side, push this flap away, and pull the harness out. And then you can pull, and just like that, you have the harness out. But before you go out and get your tools, instead of actually going to get your tools, you open the Bronco toolkit that is located in the glove box. These even have nice Bronco stamping on them right there, but these are all the tools you need to remove the doors and even this rear part of the hardtop. So we get our 13mm socket out, put it on our wrench here, and make sure we're unscrewing the right way, always upside down. I always forget which way it goes. Just being nice and careful with everything. And we'll do this all the way around and get the doors off. Okay, so about 15 minutes of struggling later, this piece is off, the doors are off, and well, the Bronco's officially converted. I didn't record us taking it off because I was just trying to get it off. I'm all sweaty from trying to remove everything, but everything is off and the Bronco is fully convertible now. Look how cool that thing looks with all the doors and everything off. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't just look absolutely badass, but let's go take it out for a ride. So kind of the one issue I remember from last time is these seatbelts flop absolutely everywhere, and I have taken down the rear seats, but theoretically Ford said that these are supposed to stay in place, but they don't. They really don't. They flap everywhere, so we need to do something to fix these seatbelts from flapping. Well, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to hear me, but it is a very open, I guess you can say. And it's actually pretty windy in here as well. But this is a very different experience from what a convertible is, because quite literally everything is open, and not having a door there is a very odd sensation, especially when you're not used to it. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. You can't really hear me probably while I'm like actually driving because I don't have a mic hooked up to my shirt. But you can't tell me that doesn't look absolutely badass. It's definitely one of the most fun experiences. Like, convertibles are fun. Obviously, I have two convertibles, but having a convertible SUV is something completely different, especially when the doors are off. I mean, you can't tell me that this isn't just an absolute badass vehicle with the trail control, all the different settings, the eruption green paint. I just can't get over how good this green paint looks, especially with all the doors and the roof taken off. I think that just looks so cool. I'm not gonna act like I'm off-road or anything. The main road is right there. There's just a little pull-off and I saw it and I'm like, that'd be a good spot to stop and talk for a second, and I'm gonna shut the motor off. So as far as like the process of taking the doors off and everything, it is a little bit awkward. Take the front doors off before you take the rear doors off, because then you don't scratch the rear doors into the front doors. The front doors, as far as the front doors go, it gets really awkward because the fender's super close to the door. I'm sure plenty of people have scraped their paint up trying to get the front doors on and off. So you just have to be a little extra careful. There is in the toolkit a little rubber piece that you can put in the front door or put on the fender, but honestly, it's still really close, and I'm sure a little bit of paint will go here and there if you don't be extremely cautious. The other part is the roof. As far as roof and door storage goes, as far as storage goes for everything, all the pieces, right? I have everything laying in my living room. Yeah, let's just say my mom's not too happy about that one. But the doors go into door bags, which unfortunately I don't have and did not come with the Bronco. Ford gives you points to buy those things, and I just haven't bought them yet out of pure laziness, but also it's winter. The front two roof panels go into the bag. There's a bag that came with my Bronco, actually right there in the back. I have it hooked up to one of the hooks in the back, but the front two panels go into there and you can hang that panel up. As far as the middle panel goes, I have literally no idea where to store that middle piece. The rear part is the hardest part to get off and the most awkward, given it is the biggest piece and most heavy piece. It is so fun. I can't imagine how much more fun it's gonna be in the back. In the back seats, you get the full experience. In the front seats, you don't get the feel of the entirety of the back being open, but while you're seated back here, it feels 10 times more exposed, given the back doors are a little bit smaller and you have like a seat in the front and a handle to grab onto. That's one of the gripes of the front, actually. There is no handle here to grab onto, so obviously the driver needs to hold the steering wheel, but the passenger is just completely screwed. But just like that, I am back home. I have the Bronco parked in the garage with the BMW right there. I had the big piece of the glass right there. For now, I'm gonna leave the doors and the roof off. Eventually, I'll put it back in a couple of days. But then the next time I take the doors and everything off, I'm gonna have this wall all ready to go to hang the doors, the roof panels, and everything like that. But that's all I have for this video. If you guys are interested in getting yourself a Bronco, check out my 6-month review. If you guys are interested in what's gonna go on that wall with the hard tops, make sure to subscribe. That's all I have, and I'll see you guys in the next video.